Hello everyone, this is Nick here, and today I'll be making a Roblox obby. Now, if you've been living under a rock, an obby is a simple obstacle course made with multiple stages, allowing the player to traverse a wide variety of terrain. Have you ever wanted to escape from prison? Now you can. Perchance get chased by your boss? Absolutely. Did you ever want to escape from a gym? You already know the answer. Now, you might be thinking, obbies are usually easy to make, right? Well, my friend, today we're taking it up a notch. With my great coding, I'm about to create the best obby experience, where every 10 seconds your speed will change, making the entire obby 10 times harder. So, the first thing I did was create a base plate in Roblox Studios for the game and began coding the random speed generator. This introduced an element of unpredictability and ensured that players face varying speeds at different times. This took me 5 or 10 minutes, and thankfully I did not have any issues. And just like that, I had the core idea of the game already made. Also, it looks pretty cool. I don't remember if I told you guys this, but obbies have stages, so the obvious next step was to make multiple stages. I started with making a basic grass platform, which was definitely not inspired by any other game whatsoever. I wanted to serve as the starting area, but it turned out terrible. Following my disgusting building, I coded the stages and made the first level. So if you were to die before reaching the next stage, you respawn at the original place you came from. And because I'm a genius, I made it impossible to complete. Now, the original models I made for the obby looked horrendous and were not the style I was looking for. I was thinking I'm the next digital Picasso when I first made them, but in hindsight, I wasn't, and probably should have asked someone else to make the models for me, but I decided against it. Instead, I wanted to make them myself in Blender. So I hit up YouTube for some tutorials on modeling, and shout out to the people at Blender for making those videos, because without them, I would not have this goddamn awful game. My first attempt looked like they were created by a digital caveman, but eventually I was able to create something that somewhat resembled the object I was modeling them after, and a good couple hours later, I was able to make a rock, 2 trees, and 2 mushrooms. And to be honest, I was quite proud of myself with this accomplishment. Also, I revamped the starting area to make it look more pretty, but all in all, the game was beginning to take shape. After adding the new models to the first level, this is what it looked like. And I'm not gonna lie, it looked pretty good. Currently, my obby is lacking flavor, lacking gravitas, making it extraordinarily boring compared to other obbies like the one I'm playing right now. They have interesting mechanics that make the game actually enjoyable to play. As a result, I began to ponder, and due to my lack of creativity, it was a struggle to think of something unique. So I got some inspiration from some other unlikely sources, and so by inspiration, I mean theft. Now, building the other stages was probably the most annoying part of making this game. I can't express my anger during the process. Like, goddamn, when I finally finished, I was relieved. And what I created was conveyor belts, disappearing platforms, ice bridges, and tightropes. And this is the final result. I'll be lying to you guys if I said I was proud of this, because I'm not. This looks terrible. And for the time it took me, I could have made a complete remake of the Brookhaven map, but it is what it is. Alright, since I finished the main portion of the game, it's time to test it out. And I know, it's not looking the best right now, but I promise, I'm ironing out the finer details, like the changing speed, which for some reason decided not to work. Oh, I also added this confetti, so whenever you complete a stage, it sprays out, and to make you feel more accomplished. Also, there's a slight problem. My game has no microtransactions. So, stuff to spend your money on, which is quite unfair to you guys, so I got on that straight away. Oh, one more thing. Before I start working on the game passes, I allowed the players to visibly see their speed. All I had to do was make a connection between the number generated from the random speed script with a text GUI. And I'll be honest, the reason I added this was because I thought this would make the game a little easier for the newbie players. But since we're finished with that, now let's get back to the Robux. I made a gravity coil and a skip stage button. Both were fairly easy to make and guaranteed I could become a Roblox millionaire. And I know the GUI looks terrible. I'm working on improving my graphic design. I've only been doing this for 3 years, so I'm quite new to this. The final step before publishing it is to make an icon and thumbnail for the game. These are the things that are on the front page before playing a game and what usually make a person want to play a certain game. And because I don't know how to make one, I asked ChatGPT. Of course, it told me, I can't make images, I'm only a chatbot. So I had to use some persuasive methods to make it do otherwise. And the end result looks like this. It's good enough. Since everything is complete, I'll provide a link in the description if anybody wants to check it out. And if you do, I strongly suggest not purchasing anything offered by the game, as it's a waste of money. Also, keep in mind the state of the game. This was never meant to become a popular game on the front page, so there will be some bugs that I've not accounted for. And before I go, I want to apologize for the lack of content in the past 3 years. I've been extremely lazy to the point that this video and this game has taken me 40 years to complete, and that's terrible. And I'm going to try my best not to let that happen again. But I hope you guys have a good day.